morning to my dear students. Today I would like to explain the topic which is nothing but wireless network. In this wireless network, what is meant by wireless? Wireless, which is nothing but a LAN, or LAN means local area network, and WLAN. WLAN means wireless local area network, and those will be developed by using user radio waves, and it is a carrier, and the last link with the user is wireless to give a network connection to all users in building or campus. The backbone of the network usually using cables. So mostly the organizations will be used in wireless network. Those are all developed in the cables. The wireless network having the backbone of using cables. The common topologies of wireless LAN network keys to wired LAN. The name itself, wired LAN, means it having the cables by using of access point. So this access point is needed to LAN traffic into wide LAN. So the access point always act as a repeater for wireless nodes, and it is efficiently doubling the maximum possible distance between the nodes. See this picture. See this picture here. This is the one type of organization, and it have the maximum number of distance of nodes. So each nodes will be calculated as an individual system. Here the access point is this. This access point having the Ethernet to access the overall wireless nodes. So affecting and the distance, if there is a maximum distance, then it will be handled to care by using of access point. Okay, so this complete wireless network always depends on physical size of network and determine the maximum reliability propagation and the range of the radio signals, and it is referred as ad hoc networks or self-organizing networks without any centralized control, are suited for temporary situations such as meeting or conferences. See here, there are the number of different nodes. Here the laptop, and here the smartphone, and here is the node of the and the mobile. So those all are connected by using of wireless network by using the centralized control. Those centralized control, which is nothing but access point. It can access where the wireless nodes are effectively doubling. How do wireless LANs work? Wireless LAN operate in a almost the same way as well as వైడ్ ల్యాన్స్. వైడ్ ల్యాన్స్ ఎలా అయితే యాక్టివేట్గా ఉంటాయో అదేలాగే వైర్లెస్ ల్యాన్ కూడా ఆపరేట్ చేస్తుంది. అలాగే సేమ్ నెట్వర్క్ ప్రోటోకాల్స్ని కూడా యూజ్ చేసుకుంటుంది. మోస్ట్లీ దీనికి ఏం సపోర్ట్ చేస్తామంటే కొన్ని అప్లికేషన్స్ సపోర్ట్ చేస్తాం దీనికి వైర్లెస్ ల్యాన్కి. రిమెంబర్ వన్ థింగ్, wireless LAN and wired LAN are the same, almost operation is the same, and the same network protocols use చేస్తాం. బట్ సమ్ అప్లికేషన్స్, మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ది అప్లికేషన్స్ అనేవి దీనికి సపోర్ట్ చేస్తాయి అంటే వైర్లెస్ ల్యాన్కి సపోర్ట్ చేస్తాయి. సో వాట్ ఆర్ ద అప్లికేషన్స్ మీన్స్, హియర్ ద అప్లికేషన్స్ ఆర్ దే యూజ్డ్ స్పెషలైజ్డ్ ఫిజికల్ అండ్ డేటా లింక్ protocols. So physical and data link layers protocols are used to LANs, wireless LANs, and they integrate into the extending network through access point which provide a bridging function. Here the access point always provide the bridging function to connectivity of number of nodes in maximum distance. Okay, and they let you stay connected as you roam from one coverage area to another, and they have unique security considerations, and they have specific interoperability requirements. They require different hardwares, and they offer performance that differ from the wired LANs. So here the performance is also different, but they will be used the networking protocols used in wireless LAN and wired LAN. Okay, And integration with extending networks. See here wireless access points is there. In this wireless access point, a small device that bridge wireless traffic to your network, and most access point bridge wireless LAN into Ethernet network, but token ring options are available as well. Okay, here see this picture. In this picture, the wireless protocols, mobile, server and access point is there. Those all are including of three modules: mobile and access point and server, all in wireless protocols. Here the access point will connect by using a server in application. This access point always to bridging function, that is wireless link layers, that are Ethernet, and wireless physical layer, those are Ethernet. So those are the examples of physical these are the example of physical layers in access point. And the server always to the server application. And network protocols, for example TCP IP protocols, XPX, IPX, and interfaces, link layers and physical layers, so that are included as servers. So based on this access point and server, the mobile will be accessed by using of client access application and network protocols, interface, and wireless linked layers and wireless physical layer. So those are about the wireless protocols. Here the integration with extending networks means here the integrated in access point and server, and the extended is the application of mobile. Next one is roaming. All of you know what is meant by roaming. So the user maintain a continuously connection as the roam from one physical area to another. Okay, mobile nodes automatically register with the new access point for the methods of mobile IP, DHCP, and here IEEE 802.11 standard is not addressing roaming. You may need to purchase equipment from one vendor if you user need to roam from one access point to another. See this picture here. The roaming is here. The authentication of roaming here. Here the Ethernet will access the access point of number of stages, okay, and number of addressing roamings. And here to purchase the equipment by using a one-to-one ender. So for this purchasing one-to-one ender, we can collect the roaming by using of mobile automatically register within the new nodes. Okay, and security, how it provide the security? It provide the security by using a spread spectrum radio signals are inherently difficult to decipher without knowing the exact hopping sequence or direct sequence codes used. And this IEEE 802.11 standard specifies optional security called wired equivalent privacy. The optional security it will be provided by using of wired equivalent privacy. So it having the goal of LAN of a privacy equivalent to that offered by the wired LAN. The standard also specifies optional authentication measures. Okay, so the security will be provided by using of the standards of IEEE 802.11 standards. It will be optional security by using of wired equivalent privacy. Interoperability. In this interoperability, before it will use it based on the cooperation between vendors. So one to one another will be communicate. So by using of cooperation, the interoperability will be used by using of the IEEE 80.211 standards, and its standards having the physical medium access control layer, and the vendors must still work with each other to ensure the IEEE 802.11 implementation interoperate. And here the Wireless Ethernet Capability Alliance, that is WECA, WECK. It introduced a Wi-Fi certification to ensure the cross-vendors interoperability of 802.11b solution of standards. Here the 802.11a and 802.11b are having the solutions of what are the problem, having the standardization in IEEE 802.11. And the hardware in this wireless network, the hardwares are used PC cards either with integral antenna or with external antenna or radio frequency modules, and ISA cards with external antenna connected by the cables, and handheld terminals or and access points. So the hardwares are used Seiko Aeronet 350 series is like this, and the wireless handheld terminal is like this, and semi parabolic antenna Breezecom AP. Those all are the hardware by using of wireless network. What is the performance of wireless network? The performance of wireless network are based on the standards of IEEE 802 of having specializations. Those are having 802.11a offers speed with the theoretically maximum rate of 54 Mbps in 5G H band, and 802.11b offer speeds with a theoretical maximum rate of 11 Mbps at the 2.4 GHz spectrum bandwidth. At the same time, 802.11g is new standard for data rates of up to a theoretical maximum of 54 Mbps at 2.4 GHz. So what is 802.11? In previous a number of used this name, the standard of 802.1. So what is it? What does it means? So it is the family of wireless LAN, and it having the specialization of grouping working, and it is the institution of electrical and electronic engineers. So it defines the standard for WLANs, wireless LANs, using the following four technologies. Those four technologies are frequency hopping spread spectrum, frequency hopping spread spectrum, that we can call as FHSS, and the direct sequence spread spectrum, that is DSSS, and infrared, that is IR, and orthogonal frequency division multiplexing, that is OFDM. So those technologies you must learn. So the definition, so what when it will be used, okay. And the versions are here. There are number of versions in IEEE 802.11. having the versions is 802.11a, 802.11b, 802.11g, 802.11e, 802.11f, 802.11i. Those all are the versions of IEEE 802.1. So it is nothing but the family of specialization developed by the working group of institution, that is IEEE electrical and electronic engineers, and having the LAN using the following four technologies are frequency hopping spread spectrum, direct sequencing spread spectrum, and infrared IR, and orthogonal frequency division multiplexing OFDM. Okay. And 802.11 transmission, how it will be transmitted? Most of wireless LAN products operate in unlicensed radio bands. Here 2.4 GHz is the most popular, and it available in most parts of the world. No need for user licensing. Okay. Here the most wireless LAN used spread spectrum ratio, the resistant to interference and secure. And the two popular methods is used in this wireless LANs, that is frequency hopping and direct sequence. So FH and DS. The most popular methods by using of transmission is frequency hopping and direct sequence. So what is the variation of frequency hopping versus direct sequence? Frequency hopping is a radio carrier that hops from frequency to frequency, and it is the pattern to transmitter to receiver and receiver to transmitter. The both ways the pattern will be moved by using of frequency to frequency, and it is easy to implement, and resistance is to noise, and it has the limited throughput, that is 2 to 3 Mbph or 2.4 GHz. Okay, and what does mean the direct sequence? The name itself, direct sequence, having the remains fixed to specific frequency band. The data signal is spread onto much larger range of frequencies at a much lower power level using a specific encode scheme, and much higher throughput than frequency hopping, and better range, less resistance to noise, and it is made up for the redundancy. It transmits at the least 10 full copies of original signal at the same time. What is mean 802.11a version? It employs the orthogonal frequency of division multiplexing, that is OFDM, and it offers high bandwidth, that is of 802.11b, and direct sequence spread spectrum will be allowed here. And 802.11a having the MAC, that is media access control. It is the same as 802.11b also, and it operates of 5 GHz range. And what are the advantages of 802.11a is it is ultra high spectrum efficiency, and the bandwidth is 5 GHz is to 300 megahertz, and the versus is 83.5 megahertz or 2.g gigahertz, and more data can travel over a small amount of bandwidth, and it having the high speed up to 54 megabits per second, and it have the less interface, fewer products using the frequency, and that is 2.4 gigahertz band sharing by cordless phones, microphones, ovens, Bluetooth, and wireless LANs. These are the less interfaces. And what are the disadvantages? It having some disadvantage also. Those disadvantage is standards and interoperability, legal issues, market, cost, range, power assumption. These 6 are the disadvantages. And standards and interoperability means the standard not accepted worldwide, and no interoperability certification available for 802.11 products, and not compatible or interoperable with 802.11b. And the legal issues are the license free spectrum in 8 GHz band not available in the worldwide. So this is the legal issue. And the marketing means beyond of LAN and LAN bridges, there is limited interest for the 5 GHz adoption, and the cost is 2.4 GHz, will still has greater than 40% of cost advantages, and the range is at equivalent power of 5 GHz. Range will be 50% of 2.4 GHz, and the power consumption is it have higher data rates and increased signal require more power, and OFDM is less power efficient than DSSS. Okay, and the applications of 802.11a applications is building to building connection, video audio conferencing, streaming videos and audios, the large file transfers such as engineering CAD drawings, the faster web access and browsing, high work density or high throughput scenarios, numerous PCs running graphics, intensive applications. Those all are the applications of 8082A. And what is the variations of 802.11a and 802.11b? Here I can give the versions. So in the versions are difference are raw data rates. The data rates in 802.11a is up to 54 megabits per second, and in 802.11b is up to 11 megabits per second, and the range is 802.11a is 50 meters, 802.11b is 100 meters, and bandwidth is uni and ISM of 5 GHz range in 802.11a and 802.11b having ISM 2.4000 to 2.4835 GHz range, and the modulation is OFDM technology, and next one is 802.11b is the DSS technology. So those are the differences in 802.11a and 802.11b. Mostly we can differentiate by using of four things, that is the raw data rates, range, bandwidth, modulation. And what is another version? 802.11g. The 802.11g is the high speed extension to 802.11b, and compatibility with 802.11b, it having the high speed up to 84 megabits per second and 2.4 gigahertz. Okay, and using ODFM for backward compatibility, adaptive to rate shifting. And the advantages of 802.11g advantages is it provides the higher speeds and higher capacity requirement for application. So that is wireless public access, and the compatibility with existing 802.11b standards, and leverages worldwide spectrum availability in 2.4 GHz and likely to be less cost than 5 GHz alternative, and provides easy migration for current users of 802.11b LANs, and delivers backup support for the existing 802.11b products, and it provides to even higher speeds in the future also. And the 802.11e introduced the quality of service. Mostly it provides the quality, and also known as P802.11TGE, and it is the purpose of to enhance the 802.11 version medium access control MAC to provide the and manage to improve the quality of service. It cannot be supported in current chip design. It requires new radio chips, can do basic quality of service in MAC layer. And the Internet Access Point Protocol, it is also known as P802.11TGF, and it having the purpose to develop a set of requirements for Inter Access Point Protocol IAPP, including the operational and management accepts. And the security features in 802.11b having the wired equipment privacy, that is WEP. It is a protocol to protect the link level data during wireless transmission between the clients and access point, and it provides the services authentication, confidentiality and integrity. Authentication, it provides the access control to the network by denying access to client station that fails to authenticate properly, and confidently, it intends to prevent information compromise for the casual eavesdropping, and integrity means it prevents messages from being modified while in transit between the wireless client and the access point. And in this, authentication means based on the cryptography, non-cryptographic, both are identity based verification mechanism. Devices request access based on the SSID service, and it is service set identifier of the wireless network. The authentication technologies are, see this picture. In this authentication, it is non-cryptographic and cryptographic is there. Non-cryptographic means does not use RC4, and cryptography means it use RC4. And non-cryptography is identity based and cryptography is challenge response. This identity based non-cryptography having the open system authentication and closed system authentication. In this open system authentication having null SSID accepted, and the closed system authentication must have the valid SSID. And this open system authentication having the station allowed is to join a network if they transmit an empty string for the SSID. And the closed system authentication is a station is allowed to join a network if the transmit is a valid in SSID for the AP. And this cryptographic user RC4 is a station is allowed to join the network if provides web key is shared the fundamental security based on the knowledge of secret key also. So the authentication will be provided by using the security having the key of knowledge secret key. And the privacy, the cryptographic technologies, the web uses RC4 semantic key and streamer cheaper algorithm to generate pseudo random data sequence. The stream is ordered with the data to be transmitted. The key sizes are 40 bits to 128 bits. Unfortunately, recent attack have known that is web approach for the privacy is to certain attack of regardless for the key size. Data integrity. The data integrity is ensured by a simple encrypted version of cycle, redundant check, and also vulnerable to some attacks. The security problems are the having the wireless product and frequency not enabled, and used for static web keys. The web does not provide key management, and the cryptography keys are short. No user authentication occurs. Only devices are authentication. A stolen device can access the network. The identity based system are in the packet integrity is poor. The WAN migration and cutting the cord. It have the essential questions in my WAN migration. Choosing the right technology is very important. Data rates and access point placements and powers. Antenna selections and placement. Connected the wire LANs, the site survey. All are very important in migration of WLAN. The data rates are the range of 802.11b 1 to 11 megabits per second in 4 increments, and 802.11a 6 to 54 Mbps in 7 increments. The minimum data rate must be determined at design time. The selecting one the highest data rate will require the greater number of applications to cover a specific area, and compromise between the data rates and overall the system cost. Access point placement and power. The access point placement and power typically maintained a ceiling height and is between 15 and 25 feeds, the greater difficulty to get power to the unit solution, and it considers devices that can be powered using Ethernet cable, and access point have internal and external antennas connected to the wide LAN. So it mostly used in mobility. If the users move between the subnets, there are the challenges to consider, and OSs like Windows XP and 2000 Linux support DHCP to obtain the new IP address for the subnet. Such applications such as VPN will fail. The solution having is access points in a roaming area on the same segment. Okay student, I hope all of you understand all about the wireless network. Thank you.